Hi, my name is Allison Umminger Madison, and I am a spiritual director affiliated with Ignatius House, a Jesuit retreat center in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been invited this week to reflect on Luke 2:15-21, a Christmas meditation where we see the shepherds who, having been visited by the angels, go and visit the newborn Jesus. There were two things that really struck me as I was meditating on this passage. And the first was the radical hospitality of Mary, of the Holy Family, who have these visitors show up pretty soon after a rough journey and a less than ideal birthing situation. And they're welcomed. And Mary sees God in them. And this is after her own family has been turned away, has had pretty, callous treatment. In the face of an inhospitable world, Mary welcomes the visitors that God sends her. The second thing I was thinking about were the shepherds themselves, and I imagined them as the people who work the night shift, the ones who watch and wait when others sleep, and the ones who are doing a job that maybe even in Bethlehem others would rather not do. Think for a moment about the people in your world who work the night shift. The doctors who tend the sick, delivery workers, grocery workers, anyone essential. The ones who show up well into the night, whether it's a literal night or a metaphorical time of darkness. In this season, where we are invited to think about the light that comes into our world, I imagine the shepherds as people who have a special faculty for recognizing this. Just last week, I was in Arizona visiting family, and I found myself jet-lagged and wandering a patch of desert with cacti and a full moon. And it was such a spare and beautiful landscape. But it was also a landscape that made me notice exactly where the light was and gave me a keen awareness of my own limitations and my own need for that light. As we enter our second Christmas season of a pandemic that most of us wish was over, I would invite you to meditate on how God has appeared to us in this season of our lives when we're called to work the night shift, as it were. Maybe there are blessings that a time like this can give, like the ability to really see an angel, to really recognize which voice points to the voice of God. For many of us, Christmas looks like a return to regular life. But this week, as a grace, I would encourage you to pray for the ability to see where you are called to be light for someone who is laboring in a place you would prefer not to go, or who works at an hour you would not choose. Pray that God's light graces that person in a special way. Pray to carry God's light to that person. And I want to close with one of my favorite little prayers from this Hour by Hour prayer book. I'd invite you to close your eyes. Keep watch, dear Lord, with those who work or watch or weep, and give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend the sick, Lord Christ. Give rest to the weary, bless the dying, soothe the suffering, pity the afflicted, shield the joyous, all for your love's sake. Amen. And I pray that each of you has a great sensitivity to where God's light is gracing your own life.